All right, everyone. We're back here live, 1450 AM, WOL. We are live, and I tell you, our guest is present and on board all the way from Santa Barbara, California. We are so excited to welcome today celebrity makeup artist to the stars, Mr. Derrick Rutledge. Good morning, Derrick.
Good morning, Derrick.
Good morning. How are you all?
We're absolutely
wonderful.
We're wonderful. Listen, we're going to go ahead, Derrick, and jump.
I just want you to know that, Chad.
I understand. They said no. It's a 3-hour time, so it's about 7:19.
I know. We appreciate you.
Yes, you're right.
It's about 7:19, and then your manager also explained to us that you just got in and all that kind of stuff. So listen, so we're not going to prelay
hold you on the line.
Exactly. Now, Derrick. Now
No
listen.
problem. It really isn't.
Okay, so now. So often hairstylists and makeup artists are overlooked. And oftentimes we feel that it's a thankless job with very little credit. And all of a sudden, here comes the awesome Washington Post ad. Everyone, if you're listening to me, if you didn't get the Washington Post on yesterday, you need to pick up that post. There is a huge article in there on Mr. Derrick Rutledge. Derrick, talk to me about how did that ad, but how did that article come about?
Well, first of all, Chet, let me first say that this hasn't been an overnight thing. I've been doing makeup now for a little over 20 years. And
okay.
This is just a culmination of all my hard work and effort that I've put forth over the years. So I can say that this isn't, it's not just something that's come overnight.
Exactly.
As far as how the ad came about, we've been submitting to the Washington Post about the fact that you get a homegrown Washingtonian here that does makeup that's right in your back door that's never been talked about. They talk about everyone else that comes through D.C. that lives in D.C., but they never talk about the person that actually lives there and is born and raised there, such as myself. And then for me to actually be doing makeup on, some of the premier women in the world. So from knowing that and then knowing that I'm from D.C., they felt that they overlooked me. And when they found out my celebrity clientele, and they said, well, let's give this man a chance and listen, go into his life and see exactly how he actually got to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I love about that, Derrick? You were so candid and open.
Yes.
You shared, your personal history, your family history, making it, so to speak, in this business. And I really appreciate that because people need to understand that, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yes. Derrick.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I know I got interviewed yesterday about the same thing, and they wanted to know, well, what do you feel about the people that used to beat you up and do all those bad things about you? I said, the only thing I can do, honestly, because I don't even know if they're still living based on the type of people they were, is love them. Because, from love, honestly, you can persevere and you can move forward. And you have to forgive. You don't forget things, but you have to forgive in order to move forward.
Okay. Derrick, really quickly, and all our lines are tied up, so we're going to take a call in a second for you. But really quickly, now, Shaka Khan, 15 years, Yolanda Adams, 15 years, Patti LaBelle, 15 years. Now, the two most photographed faces in the nation. How much pressure do you feel?
I look at them as, people just like I do everyone else. So there really isn't any pressure, honestly. They're people just like everyone else. They're just on a higher level, and they're just most photographed a lot. But there's really no pressure at all.
Okay. Well, Derrick, just hang on here. Let's start with Katina. We have Katina on the line. Good morning, Katina. Welcome to the C. Allen Morning Show.
Good morning.
Okay, you have a question for the awesome celebrity stylist, Derrick Rutledge?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Mr. Rutledge, I've been following your career for some time, and I definitely read the articles in the Sunday paper yesterday. I'm actually currently a student at Mr. Bennett's Career Institute, and I know that there are many phases to success, but I wanted to know, how did you reach your level of success, and if you had any advice for someone like myself?
How to reach my level of success? I'm still striving for success. I mean, yes, I'm doing a lot, but it just came from hard persevering very hard, pushing forward, and just being in the right place at the right time. If you keep a open mind and also stay nice and humble, your work is recognized, and you have to be good. You have to be a student of your craft. I don't ever feel that I know everything. I'm constantly learning. I learn, as a matter of fact, you can learn from other people. I learn things from other artists, and I just take what I've learned from them, and I culminate it and tweet it into what I can do. So just continue learning and working hard. And, not everyone is going to get to this level, but if you put love into what you do, honestly, your works will show themselves.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Katina, for calling.
Thank you, Katina.
Yeah, thank you. And, I think it's important to say right behind that, how you said everyone doesn't reach that level of success. That's important to, that even if you don't get there, you should still strive and do a good job. So I appreciate that comment.
You have to love what you do. If you love what you do, your works will be recognized.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now, next question, Derrick. So how do you handle people who, and I'm sure this happens, handle people that may get close to you, just because of the celebrities that you're working on? How do you handle that?
How do I handle that? Well, I like people, so I care about everybody, but no one can get to me unless, I really want them to be in my inner circle, and I honestly care about everybody. So I have no problem with meeting people, introducing myself to people, talking to people, because I love people. So that's not a problem. So, does that answer your question, Chet?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Now, you have people, I'm sure, that want to befriend you just because of the Oprah and the First Lady and things of that nature. So my question is, do you keep them at a bay? How do you decipher who are the real friends and who are the people that's there just because of who they think who you are?
Well, I have a list of friends that I've been friends with that watch me come along the way for many, many, many years. Those are my close friends. New friends that come along, it just depends on what their motive is. And you can't really tell what people's motives are unless you get to know them. But you have to give people a chance. I don't think that, everyone is a bad, I don't think there are bad people out there. They just, that want to know you. So you got to still give them a chance, Jack.
Okay. Well, really quickly, and again, our lines are tied up, but really quickly, the lessons. Let's say, for an example, you know how much I love Oprah Winfrey. What lessons have you learned from being with such a powerful person almost every single day?
That must be amazing.
That's a good thing. We taped all those life classes that have been just airing, and the one big lesson that I did learn from Oprah, and I get to talk to her all the time, is ego. You got to take your ego out of what you do. You have to remain. That is one of the big things she says. You got to stay humble. You got to realize that it's not just you. It's not you that does it by yourself. You have to have. It is not just the whole. The man above that helps you out. You don't do anything that you do by yourself. So you got to take ego out, which is edging God out. You got to make sure that you take your ego out of what you're doing, and you got to bring other people in to help you. And I have a big, huge staff of people that helps me. If it's not my family that supports me, then it's the people around me that work with me that support me. So one thing I can say again, you have to realize that you have to help. You have to have help in order to make it in this world.
Edging God out.
Wow. That's really interesting. My question is, I hear that you're working on a mineral line. And, as I was reading, it said the healthiest mineral line. And that's what I found to be, a great choice of words. Can you explain what you meant by that, the healthiest mineral line?
Well, we worked very hard to come up with a line of makeup that helps to feed the skin. Where our skin lacks our minerals, and the mineral line of makeup is chock full of minerals that help feed the skin, help with any discoloration in the skin, gives moisture to the skin, and we've spared no expense to make sure that the makeup that we're going to be releasing is like I said, one of the healthiest makeups out there.
Perfect. Okay, Derrick, do me a favor. We want you to hold the line. We have to go to a commercial break.
No problem.
All right, you're listening to the C. Allen Morning Show. We have Michelle Obama as well as Oprah Winfrey's top makeup artist on the line with us. 1-800-450-7876. We'll be right back after these messages. C. Allen in the morning.